So, act in good faith in the company's best interests, comply with law. Shall we? Okay, let's do the next one also and see duty of skill and care, standard of care. Section 189, A, he should not act in a manner which is reckless or grossly negligent. Grossly negligent. And B, he should exercise the degree of skill and care that may be reasonably expected of a person of his knowledge and experience. Knowledge and experience. Right? So, the next one is not act negligently, but must act skillfully, diligently, and carefully. Right? Right? As a director, do you do stupid things? You are a decision maker. You are a decision taker. Do you allow the company to take stupid decisions? No. You have a big responsibility. When you are taking decisions, right, you must take good decisions. Hariyata like a father, like a mother, right? When you take decisions on behalf of children, do you allow them to take stupid decisions? No, right? If you do that, you will be accused of being negligent, right? Today I saw in the TV, they showed on a musical show, සංගීතයක පොඩි ළමයෙක් ඇවිල්ලා සින්දු කියනවා. පොඩි ළමයෙක් අවුරුදු 6ක් 7ක් විතර වගේ ඇති ගෑනු ළමයෙක් මේකප් එහෙම දාලා සින්දු කියනවා. Do you think it's appropriate to put that child into that situation? No. Right? It was a huge musical show එකක් කොහරි ගම් පැත්තක තිබ්බ එකක්. And all these reality stars or TV වල එක එක stars වලට යවනවනේ ඔය පොඩි පොඩි ළමයිව. Do you think it's a wise decision to do so? Right? I of course think it's not. No, because that child is losing that child's childhood in every way. Ne ඒවට practice කරනවා, ඒවට pressure කරනවා, ne, and in so many ways that child can get abused, right? So as a parents, you must take proper decisions. If you don't take proper decisions, you will be faulted. Same way, a director also must take proper decisions. The company is like your child. The company is in your custody, in your care. Company can't think Like a child can't think, company can't think, you're thinking for the child. Right? So you must get the company to do the correct thing, not the incorrect thing. Right? So you must no negligence, and also you must act diligently and skillfully. Right? ළමෙක් බලා ගන්න ගියාමත් එහෙමනේ. සමහර අම්මලා කම්මැලිනේ. ළමයාව හරියට බලා ගන්න නැහැ. එතකොට ඒ වගේ ළමයි තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අනතුරක වැටෙන්නේ. නේ ළිඳට ගිහිල්ලා වැටෙන්නේ. නේ ළමයි හිටියොත් නේ ඇහැ ගාගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. කොයි වෙලේ මොනවා කරගනින්ද දන්නේ නැහැ. Right? You can't be negligent. So now, especially when it comes to directors, signing blank checks. Is it a good habit to sign blank checks, blank documents? You don't. But most of the directors, for convenience, what do? Ay, egolang hamela mo office nene. Blank checks assang karla tiyenne, documents assang karla tiyenne. One de liyagena ne issue karno. That is bad. You mustn't do that. When you are signing something, are you expected to read fully? Yes or no? Right? You are expected to read, but you don't have to read fully. You can rely on what the managers say. Right? But at least you must read prima facie, there not be any fault. Now, when it comes to directors are not expected to go through each and everything. Right? Directors are not expected to go through each and everything. Why? They only come for few hours. Right? They put their signature. They rely on what the managers say. But when you are reading, when you are having a glance, it shouldn't look bad. Obviously, you don't have to fully investigate. Uding balapugama, napi kiwot me meka balapugama ternona meka වැරදි කියලා. Right කියලා අපි කියන්නේ. එහෙම දෙයකට අස්සම් කරන්න හොඳ නැහැ. හැබැයි you sign හොඳට කියවලා බැලුවොත් තේරෙයි. 15-20 times if you read, you will find out there is a mistake. Then that is all right. Because directors are not expected to read such. But uding baluwama වැරද්දක් තියෙන්න හොඳ නැහැ. Understood? So that is the skill and what do you call care that they expect. Right? Not fully, but for a reasonable amount. And it's also depending on your qualifications. Depending on your qualifications. If you are a highly educated director, if you are an academically qualified director, should you be more careful? Yes or no? Yes. But if you are not a so educated director, right, then no problem, right? More is not expected from you. But minimum is expected. From any person we expect minimum, no. From some people we expect more. Nee. හරියට අපි ගමු අවුරුද්දට නැන්දලා මාමලා සල්ලි දෙනකොට we expect a minimum from somebody. මේ minimum වලට වඩා අඩු වුණොත් අපි උට පයින්නවා. හැබැයි අපිට දන්නවා නම් මේ මාමා නැන්දට හොඳට සල්ලි තියෙනවා නම් we expect more. They should give more. If they give the normal amount, that is also bad. But එහෙම normal amount එක දුන්නා කියලා අපිට බයින්න හේතුවකුත් නැහැ ඉතින්. ඒ ගාන තමයි දීලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් හරියට අපි ගමු ඉංගන් එක්ක දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කීයක්ද මිනිමම් දෙන්නේ? ඔව්. රුපියලක් දුන්නොත් ඉංගන්නගෙන් බැනුම් අහන්න වෙයිද? ඔව්. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් 20ක් විතර වගේ තමයි දෙන්නේ. මිනිමම් is 20ක්. right? Inganna gila Bill Gates ken ahana Bill Gates 20ක් දෙනවා. Inganna will he scold Bill Gates? No, that's a normal amount. No. But even if we අපිට සල්ලි නැහැ කියලා කියමු. ඒත් ඉංගන්න කියලා සල්ලි ඉල්ලනවා, you decide to give. And if you give රුපියලක්, he will scold and go. Understood? So like that only. Minimum is expected from any director, irrespective of educated or not educated, experience or not experience. But if you are specially educated, if you are specially experienced, you expect more. If a director is a lawyer, you expect more from a director who is a lawyer with regard to legal matters, right? If a director is a tax expert, you expect more from that director with regard to tax matters. But if a director is neither a lawyer or a tax expert, you just expect the normal thing, the minimum. Understood? That is what it says there, depending on his knowledge and experience. Then let's see use of information and advice. A director of a company may rely on reports, statements, financial data, and other information supplied and on professional or expert advice given by any of the following persons. Following persons: A, an employee of the company, B, a professional advisor or expert, B, any other director, or D, committee of directors in which the director did not serve. The next one, but when making such reliance on such reports, statements, etc., the director should A, act in good faith, B, make proper inquiry, and C, should not have knowledge that such reliance is unwarranted. Right? What do you mean by that? So, a director has a duty in terms of section 190 to take decision on verified information. Harida, when you are taking decisions, you are supposed to take decisions, you must take decisions based on verified, confirmed information. Harida, now, as I told you, you will most probably go to the company once in 2 weeks, twice a month. You are not there 24/7 in the company or 8 to 5 in the company. When you go there, employees will come out with problems, wanting solutions. You will say, Hari, prashne mokadda? Monada buda tiyenne? You will ask for reports, right? Then based on those reports, you will give your decision. You are basically like a judge. Oya nikan judge kenek wage. Monada une denne gagata da kawuda gewwede. Oya tawila kattiya kiyai. Monada karanne? As karanawada nadda? That is what you have to take decisions. So when you are taking decisions, you must see the information that is given to you is verified. Samarak වලට දෙනේ වුණුත් බොරු කියනවනේ නේ බොරු කියලා දුන්නාම you take wrong decision, right? So that's why it says a director of a company may rely on reports, statements, financial data and other information supplied and on professional or expert advice given by any of the following persons. So facts සිද්ධිමය කරුණු සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඔයාට යම් යම් දේවල් කියලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම තමයි you take අවශ්‍ය උපදෙස් advice from experts. The tax expert can say මෙච්චර ගෙවන්න ඕනේ නැහැ කියලා. Then you tell එහෙනම් මට ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් ලිඛිතව දැනුම් දෙන්න. So based on the tax expert's letter you can say we are not paying. Based on the lawyer's advice you can say we are doing this. So later if something goes wrong, ඔයාගෙන් ඇවිල්ලා ඇහුවොත් ඇයි ඔයා එහෙම decision එකක් ගත්තේ? You can say මෙන්න expert කිව්වා, tax expert මට කිව්වේ, lawyer මෙහෙම කිව්වේ. නේ අර employee තමයි මේ report එක දුන්නේ, මේ report එකට අනුව මෙහෙම තමයි. Understood? මට ගිහිල්ලා හොයන්න ඕනේ ඒ report එක හාරා උස්සලා ඒ report එක හරිද වැරදිද කියලා. That is not expected of me. Unless then comes if a employee submits a report, right, if you know that it is not done in good faith, if it is not done after making proper inquiry, right, and if you think that නෑ මෙයාගෙන් අහන එක හරි නෑ කියලා, then right, you have not acted on verified information. Right, now if you see, it says, first thing it says is what you can ask from employees of the company. So whatever the employees say you can believe. You don't have to suspect. හරිද? හැම එක්කෙනාම බොරු කියලා හිතන්න බෑ. What the law says, if an employee comes and tells you something, you can take as it is. Professional advisors and experts, again like that. Lawyer කෙනෙක් කිව්වොත්, accountant කෙනෙක් කිව්වොත්, auditor කෙනෙක් කිව්වොත්, you can take it as it is. හරිද? ඒක හරිද වැරදිද කියලා වාට හොයාගෙන යන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. Other directors telling you, or committee of directors. හැබැයි but if you know එහෙම කිව්වට මට ටිකක් විශ්වාස කරන්න බෑ. සමහරක් වෙලාවට certain things people tell us no, but we will not believe. Certain things we will not believe. Right? නිකන් හරි පුදුමයිනේ මේක විශ්වාස කරන්න බෑනේ. Right? අර මට මතකයි අපි පොඩි කාලේ අපේ ගෙදර හිටිය ආච්චි කෙනෙක්. අපි පොඩි කාලේ ඒ ආච්චිව අපි බයිට් කරනවා. ඒ ආච්චි හරි ලැජ්ජකාරී. ආච්චිගෙන් එයාගේ හස්බන්ඩ් ගැන ඇහුවම මාර විදියට ලැජ්ජයි යාට. පුදුම ලැජ්ජාවක් තියෙන්නේ ආච්චිට. අපි ඉතින් බයිට් කරන්නේ ආච්චිගේ හස්බන්ඩ් ගැනමයි අහන්නේ. හස්බන්ඩ් කොහොමද, ලස්සනයිද, නේ රැවුල තියෙනවද, සුදුයිද, කළුයිද ඔක්කොම අහනවා. එයා කියනවා මන් දන්නේ නැහැ කියලා මාර විදියට ලැජ්ජ වෙනවා. කොහොම හරි මේ ඒ ආච්චිට ළමයෙකුත් ඉඳලාලු. නෑ එයා කියනවා එයා දැක්කේ නැහැයි කියලා. එයා කොහොම හරි ඒ ආච්චිව ඒ හස්බන්ඩ් දාලා ගිහිල්ලා මාසයක් විතරලු ඉඳලා තියෙන්නේ. මාසයක් හරි I can't remember කොහොම හරි ටික කාලෙයි දෙන්නම ඉඳලා තියෙන්නේ. right? පස්සේ දාලා ගිහිල්ලා ඇවිල්ලාම නැහැලු. පස්සේ අපි අහනවනේ කොහොමද කියලා. එයා කියනවා මං දැක්කේ නැහැ. මං ඇහැ අරලවත් එයා දිහා බැලුවේ නැහැ කියලා. ඒකට අපි අහනවා එයා එනකොට ඔය ඇස් වහගෙනද හිටියේ? ඔව් මං ඇස් වහගෙනලු හිටියේ. කියන්න බෑ ඒතර ලැජ්ජයිනේ. කොහොම හරි දැක්කේ නෑමයි කියලා කියනවා. දිනුනනවා දැක්කේ නෑ කියලා. හස්බන්ඩ්ගේ හැටි දැක්කෙම නෑ කියලා. පස්සේ කොහොම හරි නේ ටික කාලයකට පස්සේ තමයි මාත් දැනගත්තේ ආච්චිට ළමයෙකුත් ඉඳලාලු. ඒ හස්බන්ඩ්ගේ. පස්සේ දැන් මම හිතනවා එහෙනම් ඒ ආච්චි කියපු දේවල් බොරු වෙන්නේ නැති. ළමයෙක් ඉඳලා නම් වැඩි දේවල් කරලා. but later I thought කියන්න බෑනේ කලුවරේනේ ඒවත් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ නේ. ඇත්තටම දැකලා නැතුව ඇති කියලා. No. Now certain things when people say you don't believe it. Certain things you can believe it. So if you can't believe it, you must question. මේට එන්න ඔයා මෙහෙම කිව්වා ඒ වුණාට මේක නිකන් ගැලපෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. Then you have a duty. Act in good faith, make proper inquiry, and should not have knowledge that such reliance is unwarranted. What do you mean by that? සමහරක්ලාට මෙයාගෙන් අහලා මට වැඩක් නැහැ. මෙයාගෙන් අහලා වැඩක් නැහැ. මොකද මෙයා ඇත්ත කිව්වත් බොරු කිව්වත් මෙයා කියන දේ මට විශ්වාස කරන්න බෑ. For example, හොරාගේ අම්මගෙන් පේන අහන්න යනවද? හොරාගේ අම්මගෙන් පේන අහන්න යනවද? අහන්න යන්නේ. Because you know එයා ඇත්ත කියන එකක් නෑ. එයා ඇත්ත කිව්වත් evidential value එකක් නෑ. Right? මෙයාගෙන් අහලා වැඩක් නෑ. හරි එක්කෝ හරියට කියන්නේ what I'm trying to say is you can't tell another person me මෙයාගෙන් තමයි මං අහගත්තේ කියලා. People will not believe you. Court will not believe you. Right? If you go and say මම මෙයාගෙන් තමයි අහගත්තේ කියලා. They'll say ඔයා එයාගෙන් හෙව්වා එහෙම වෙන්න බෑනේ. Right? So if you know that the reliance is unwarranted, that you can't rely on that information, then also you have to be careful. Right? So that is what it says there. Okay, let's quickly see the questions. The Companies Act එක highlight කරමු. 187 in page number 151, director's duties, right? The marginal note says, duty of directors to act in good faith and in the interest of the company. 187 subsection 1, a person exercising powers or performing duties as a director of a company shall act in good faith and subject to subsection 2 in what that person believes to be in the interest of the company. Then subsection 2, a director of a company which is a wholly owned subsidiary of another company may, if expressly permitted to do so by company's articles, act in a manner which he believes in the interest of that other company, even though it may not be in the interest of the company of which he is a director. Then 188, directors to comply with act in the company's articles. A director of a company shall not act or agree to the company acting in a manner that contravenes any provisions of this act or the provisions contained in the articles of the company. Then directors' standard of care. A person exercising powers or performing duties as a director of a company, A, shall not act in a manner which is reckless or grossly negligent, and B, shall exercise the degree of skill and care that may reasonably be expected of a person of his knowledge and experience. Then section 190, use of information and advice. Subject to the provisions of subsection 2, a director of a company may rely on report statements, financial data and other information prepared or supplied, and on professional or expert advice given by any of the following persons. A, an employee of the company. B, a professional advisor or expert in relation to matters which the director believes to be within the person's professional or expert competence. C, any other director or committee of directors in which the director did not serve in relation to matters within the directors or committee's designated authority. Then provisions of subsection 1 shall apply to a director if and only if the director acts in good faith. B, makes proper inquiry where the need for inquiry is indicated by the circumstances, and C, has no knowledge that such reliance is unwarranted. Right, so that is what it says as director's duties. Then let's go to the TUT. There is a pilot question paper You all have the pilot question paper. Dunna nedala my pilot question paper. Pilot paper, question number 3. Pilot paper is in 2015, no? Right, it says, the Board of Directors of Compliance Private Limited. The Board of Directors of Compliance Private Limited is deliberating on whether to give its approval for the company to undertake a mini hydropower project. So what are they doing? They are thinking whether to give approval to the mini hydropower project. Okay, a team of professional engineers who are also employees of the company have prepared a feasibility report which concludes that this project is viable. Right? A team of engineers, professional engineers, they are also employees of this company. They have given a report to the directors saying that this mini hydropower project is feasible. Eka karanna puluwan deyak. Right? Eka karanna puluwan hondai කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. හරිද? That is enough. Let's go to the question. A, explain whether the board can decide to undertake the mini hydro power project relying on the feasibility report mentioned above. Can you undertake to do the mini hydropower project relying on the report given by engineers? එහෙම කරන එක හරිද? වැරදිද? directors ලා engineers ලා නෙවෙයි. හැබැයි engineers ලා කියනවා කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. එහෙනම් ඔයා කියනවාද හා එහෙනම් කරමු කියලා? Yes or no? Yes or no? පුළුවන්ද බැරිද? පුළුවන්ද බැරිද? පුළුවන්. You may not be a director, you may not be an engineer. But your company employees who are engineers are telling can do. Then you can give the green light. Then you can give the green light even though you're not an engineer. Even though you're not an engineer, experts have advised you, employees have advised you, you can rely. පස්සේ නිකන් හරි ඔය mini hydro power project එක loss making වුණොත් people will blame who? You. When you are blamed and if they ask, ඔයා කොහොමද මේකට agree වුණේ කියලා, what do you say? Because those engineers told. If they say එහෙම engineers කිව්වයි කියලා ඔයාට එහෙම agree වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? පුළුවන්ද? ඔව් පුළුවන්. Because the Companies Act says, right, if you have, right, acted in good faith, made proper inquiry, right, and had no knowledge that such reliance is unwarranted, you have taken advice from employees, professional advisors, experts, then you can decide. Understood? So you can do it. Yes, start writing for 5 marks. Start writing for 5 marks. Taggala. For 5 marks, quickly write. පාස්කු බෝම්බ ප්‍රහාරය වගේ නේ ඉන්ක්වයරි එකක් තියලා ඇහුවොත් Taman ඇයි අරයට why did you give a job to him? I will tell I called for a report from my manager and my manager gave the report saying that applicant is good. That's why I took the decision. Then later that committee will ask me, didn't you know that it was the manager's son? Then it was the manager's son. Then I am not at fault if I didn't know about it. But if I tell the judges, I knew, then the judges will ask, did you know it before you made the decision or after you made the decision? And if I tell I knew it before I made the decision, then I am gone. Because then I had knowledge, I shouldn't have relied on this report because there is an obvious bias, right? Otherwise you are not. Hedging deals. There was hedging deals, no? Hedging deals wala kauda who took the decision to go for hedging deals? The government, that is the petroleum minister. Petroleum minister, at that time who was the petroleum minister who signed those hedging deals, or who gave the approval for those hedging deals? Minister H.M. Fauzi. Now tell me, is he a highly educated, learned person? No, he is not, right? But from the banks who were involved, all top educated persons. Now, did Minister Fauzi on his own take the decision to enter into the contract? No. The proposal came to him. He referred to a panel of experts. A hedging contract seller, he referred it to a panel of experts. I can remember consisting of central bank employees, treasury employees, petroleum corporation experts, hedging experts. ඒ වගේ කට්ටියට තමයි එයා රිෆර් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කමිටි එකෙන් ආවා hedging හොඳයි කියලා. Hedging හොඳයි කියලා. Obviously you know how things work. බැංකුවෙන් කීයක් හරි දීලා ඇති උන්ට උන් හොඳයි කියලා කිව්වා. So he took it and he told ඒගොල්ලන් හොඳ කියනවා නම් මං approval එක දෙනවා. He gave the approval. Later it became bad. And later if we call and ask Minister Fauzi, why did you agree for it? ඔයාට ඔච්චර මොලයක් තියෙනවද මේගොල්ලන් එක්ක එහෙම negotiate? He'll tell මට මොලයක් නැහැ උනාට මං experts ලට දැම්මා. ඒගොල්ලන් කිව්වා හොඳයි කරන්න කියලා. Employees ලගෙන් ඇහුවා. ඒගොල්ලන් කිව්වා හොඳයි කියලා. Understood? So then he is out of the hook. He has done the correct thing. හැබැයි ආන්නේ නැතුව තනියෙන් තනි මතයට කරලා නම් then he is at fault. Understood? So that is what it says, because it's like this, as a director, you are not even a director or a judge. You can't be an expert in all areas, no. You can't be an expert in all areas. You will ask, right, others what to do. They will tell you. Relying on that, you did it. Like, let's say, මේ පන්තියේ ගෑනු ළමයෙක් සම්බන්ධයෙන් මොන හරි වුණොත් නේ I will ask, right? මොනවද කරන්නේ? I think some time ago පන්තියේ ගෑනු ළමයෙක් ලොකු වෙලා violin school, not මේ පන්තියේ, right? Violin school, that child has become a big girl. What has the teacher done? මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ මේ අවස්ථාවේදී? Right? That teacher කියලා ඔයා එහෙනම් ගෙදර යන්න, වහම ගෙදර යන්න කියලා ළමයාව ගෙදර යවලා. ඒ ළමයා තනියෙන් right ගෙදර ගිහිල්ලා අඬාගෙන හරි කොහොම හරි මේ පස්සේ අම්මලා තාත්තලා ඇවිල්ලා බැනලා නේ ටීචර්ට එහෙම කරනවද? Is it a wrong thing to do? Was it a wrong thing that the teacher sent that child alone after you know, whatever the bodily changes that took place? Right? You will say yes. But let's say if it was a male teacher, I am a male teacher, I don't know anything about it. Oh, I think me. Samanyan ape society එකේ හංගනවානේ. Let's say a male teacher who does not know anything about it. ඒ ළමයා ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා අනේ මට ටිකක් ලෙඩ වගේ මෙහෙම ඔය ළමයා ගෙදර යන්න කියලා. That is not normally do. No, even if somebody comes and tells මෙහෙම මෙයා ලොකු වෙලා කියලා, then I must tell පොඩක් ඉන්න, must call a female teacher and I ask female teacher මොනවද දැන් කරන්නේ? Female teacher කියනවා ඒ ළමයා ගෙදර යවන්න කියලා මම ගෙදර යවනවා. Later if they blame me, I will tell අර teacher තමයි කිව්වේ. මම ඉතින් මට ඕව ගැන දන්නවේ. No. Understood? So that is what it says. But if I know අපි ගමු මහා මොඩ female teacher කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා දෙන්නෙම බූරු solutions නම් මම එයාගෙන් කෝඩ් කරලා අහනවාද මේ ළමයාට මොනවද කරන්න කියලා? No. So that is what is expected as a director. You don't need to have knowledge, but you must try to harness the knowledge of others and try to give the solutions. Right? So here also what are you supposed to do? Can you do it? Are you an engineer to approve a hydropower mini project? No. Right? But a team of experts are telling, if they are telling you can do it, and if they are employees, yes. Harda, you then approve it. So let's write. Explain whether the board can decide to undertake the mini hydropower project relying on the feasibility report mentioned about. Yes, the board can decide. Yes, the board can decide to undertake the mini hydropower project relying on the feasibility report. Number 2, in terms of section 190, a director of a company may rely on reports given by professional advisors / experts and employees. Right? Next one you can write the feasibility that was given to the directors. The feasibility report that was given to the directors was from a team of professional engineers who were also employees of the company. Then you can write, however, when the directors are relying on such report, they should act in good faith. Make proper inquiry and should have no knowledge, should have no knowledge that such reliance is unwarranted, that such reliance is unwarranted. Right? Section 190 subsection 2. Section 190 subsection 2. Right, then next one. Furthermore, in terms of section 187, in terms of section 187, the directors can act in good faith. The directors can act in good faith and in the interest of the company. Right? Then last one, the scenario given in the question, does not reveal that the directors have breached section 190 subsection 2, section 190 subsection 2 or section 187. Harida? Then let's go to the next one. In the disclosure of interest, section 192. If a director is getting a material financial benefit, directly or indirectly from a transaction to which the company is a party, such a director is said to be interested in the transaction. B, a director after becoming aware of the fact that he is interested in a transaction should enter his interest in the interest register. And if the company has more than one director, he should disclose to the board of the company the nature and extent of that interest. Right? Disclosure of interest. What do you mean by disclosure of interest? When you have a connection to a transaction in the company, you must disclose it. Right? Others have a right to know. Then only it will not look suspicious. Right? So, section 192 says, should disclose interest in company transactions and affairs. Right? apparently I heard, I think in Apit Institute එකේ lecturer කෙනෙක් හිටියලු. ඒ lecture උගන්වනකොට ඉස්සරහා ඉන්න ගෑනු ළමයෙක්ව example ගන්නවලු. මේ ගෑනු ළමයා මම මේ ගෑනු ළමයාව කසාද බැන්දොත් මම මේ ගෑනු ළමයාව කිස් කරොත් කියලා ඒ ගෑනු ළමයාම තමයිලු කිස් කරනවා කියනවලු, කසාද බඳිනවා කියනවලු, අත්තල්ලනවා කියනවලු, ජරා කතා කියනවලු. අනිත් ළමයි ඔක්කොම අප්සෙට්. රයිට්? එහෙම කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? නේ කියලා. එක්සැම්පල් එකකට වුණත් එහෙම අරගෙන කියන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. පස්සේ කොහොම හරි ගොඩක් පස්සේ වෙලා තමයිලු දැනගත්තේ ඒ ලෙක්චර් එකේ වයිෆ්ලු. ඒ ඉස්සරහා ඉන්න ගෑනු ළමයා අපරන්ට්ලි ලෙක්චර් එකේ වයිෆ්ලු. එහෙනම් all right ද? then all right. Understood? එහෙම නැතුව the students don't know what is the relationship between that lecturer and that student. If the lecturer keeps on telling, I will kiss her, I will hold her hands, I will marry her. No. Other children will think what? Maha Vanachara lecturer kenek, Kupadiyek kiyala. But at the beginning itself, if he says, this is my wife, kiyala, then children know, hari. That is his wife. No, I think ya mona kiwat kis karat atelluat apita moko yaage wife ne kiyala, will just wait. So now that is what should happen in a company also, right? The director must disclose his interest so that people knows director ge me connection එක තියෙනවා. මේ connection එක තියෙනවා නම් you know, right, whether he is telling it in good faith or bad faith. Why he is telling like that? No, what is the reason? Right? If I am, let's say, if I am a director of IAS, IAS is deciding to order papers, order photocopy papers. 3 suppliers are there. AA papers, JK papers, HP papers. හරිද? මම අපි ඔක්කොම ඩිරෙක්ටර්ස් ලා කියමුකෝ, we are all directors of IAS. මම මෙතන ඇවිල්ලා කැම්පේන් කරනවා AA papers වලට. මම කියනවා AA papers තමයි හොඳ, අනිත් papers හරි නෑ අරක මේක කියලා නේ. I give good points. Right? You all will believe me. If I have a very good convincing ability, you will believe me. Mrs. Afri කියන දේ ඇත්ත තමයි කියලා. හැබැයි නිකන් හරි පස්සේ ඕගලන් දැනගත්තොත් AA papers is owned by my brother කියලා. Will you believe what I have told? Owner of AA papers is my brother. Will you believe? No. You will say, ආපෝ යා මේ අර board meeting එකේ ඔච්චර ಗುಣ වර්ණනා කරේ යාගේ මේ අයියාගේ කම්පැනියේ මේ products වලටනේ. අනිත් ඒවා ටික ඔක්කොම බිම දැම්මා. No, he put down all the other products, but he told, no, you will know. At the beginning itself, if you know, right, I have a relationship to AA papers, then you will say, aha, me ati, pa podak paadi wenna, anit kattiyටත් කතා කරන්න ඉඩ දෙන්න කියලා. No. So that is what it says. We must know. We must be informed. Right? We must be informed. Right? So, then let's see. That is with regard to disclosure of interest. Then use of company information. A director of a company who has information in his capacity as a director or employee of the company should not disclose that information to any person or make use of or act on the information except for the purposes of the company, B, as required by law, C, Company's articles authorize the directors to do so. Directors to do so. D, it is authorized by the board and particulars of the authorization are entered in the interest register. Interest register. Right? So when it comes to using company information, right? Section 197 should not misuse company information, right? Should not misuse company information, right? Can use information, can use company information, company information A for company's purpose, B in accordance with law, in accordance with law, C as authorized by articles, D as authorized by board. Harida, so if you are using company information, when you are working in a company, you get to know a lot of information. Harida, A information, can you misuse? Can you use for your benefit? Your personal benefit? No, you must always use those information for company's benefit. Harida, so you can't do any such bad things. Now, that is what is called insider dealing, insider trading, insider dealing, insider trading, right? Where you use company information to benefit you or your loved ones or persons who are connected to you. Now, there was a central bank bond scam, no? එතනදිත් මොනවද වුනේ? The governor, Arjun Mahendran, was accused of what? Insider trading, leaking information to his son-in-law, right? How did he get to know those information? Being the central bank governor, right? He must use that information for the benefit of the central bank, not for his son-in-law's company, right? So that is what it says there. So you must use it for the purpose of the company and required by law, in accordance with law. හරිද නීතියේ කියලා තියෙන විදියට. and company's articles authorize the director to do so. Articles is providing how to use it, and also or the board tells you how to use it. Here another, so certain information you get it, but you can't use in a bad way. Now in England and all, you have Data Protection Act. In England you have Data Protection Act. දැන් ඕගලන් ගැන information IAS එකට තියෙනවද ළමයි? තියෙනවද? ඔව් තියෙනවා. හරිද? අපි ගමු මේ පන්තියේ ඉන්න ගෑනු ළමයෙක්ට ඉන්ට්‍රස්ටඩ් කොල්ලෙක් එනවා. මම ඩිරෙක්ටර් කෙනෙක්. මට ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා මිස්ටර් සෆ්රි මට මේ ගෑනු ළමයාගේ නම්බරය දෙන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. මං ගාව තියෙනවද නම්බරේ? ඔව්. IAS database එකේ නම්බරේ තියෙනවනේ වාගේ. Can I give it to him? අනේ පවුල් අව් එකකට උදව් කරමු කියලා බෑ. Understood? No information is to be given. Can I sell your information? Right? Certain accountancy firms, accountancy related products විකුණන කට්ටියට might want your information. Accountancy packages, software packages විකුණන කට්ටියට might want your information to sell because you are a potential client. Can I give those information? No. Understood? So I can't. I have to protect. Then let's see directors, duty of directors on insolvency. A director who believes that the company is unable to pay its debts as they fall due should call a meeting of the board to consider whether the board should apply to court for the winding up of the company or carry on further the business of the company. Business of the company. B, failure to do so may make the director liable for any loss suffered by creditors of the company. Right? Section 219. Section 219. Right? If the company is bankrupt, must wind up the company. What is the duty? If the company is bankrupt, must wind up the company. That's the director's duty. And what happened in the past is, now if a company is loss making, ultimately who will suffer? If you carry on business with a loss making company, ultimately who will suffer? Shareholders. Apart from shareholders, creditors. Right? Most of the time directors and employees will get paid. Right? But ultimately who will suffer losses? Shareholders, and most importantly creditors. Creditors lata tamai lokuma paduwa. Ai rolak ne gahanne. You will know most of the businesses are doing a rolak. Mehen arang. Eheta gewana, ehen arang. Meheta gewana, aren arang. Areta denawa. right? Most of these businessmen, that is what they do. Abai kohomari balance karan yanawa. Balance karan yanawa. Habai ekaparama, if the company closes down, somebody will suffer loss. Right? I heard a story where one businessman apparently used to take loans. Bank of Ceylon එකෙන් අරන් loan එකක් අරන් business එක පටන් ගත්තලු. Bank of Ceylon එකට loan එක ගෙවන්න ඕනේ වුණාම People's Bank එකෙන් ගන්නවලු loan එක අරගෙන Bank of Ceylon එකට වෙලාවට ගෙවනවලු. Bank of Ceylon is happy no? දැන් People's Bank loan එකෙන් යන්නේ. People's Bank loan එක ගෙවන්න ඕනේ වුණාම Bank of Ceylon එකෙන් loan එක ගන්නවලු. Politically connected businessman. Right? කොමාරි මෙහෙන් අරන් එහෙට දෙනවලු, එහෙන් අරන් මෙහෙට දෙනවලු. One fine day he died. When he died, one bank was to be paid. Then tell me, then a company aiti wenne, especially if it is a personal loan now. Personal loan now, what will happen? With the death of the borrower, loan also dies. Does his children have to pay? ළමයිට ගෙවන්න ඕනද? තාත්තගේ bank loans ගෙවන්න ඕනද? ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. Right? දැන් දේපලත් එහෙම තාත්තගේ නමට නැත්තම්, තාත්තගේ නමට කිසිම දේපලක් නැත්තම්, දේපල තියනවා නම් මැරුණත් ඒ දේපල විකුණලා ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. තාත්තගේ නමට කිසිම දේපලක් නැත්තම් ඉවර තමයි. I did another bank's loan. ඒ මිනිස්සයා ලෙඩ වෙලා ඉන්නකොට බැංකුවෙන් හොඳට ලෝන් ගත්තා. Right? මං හිතන්නේ ඌ කට්ට කමින්මයි ලෝන් ගත්තේ. Bank also used to give him loans because he was a very good customer. Personal loans දීලා. කොහොම හරි he died. After he died, before එයාර ලෙඩ වෙලා ඉන්න අතරතුර එයාගේ ඔක්කොම මේ properties ටික එයා මේ gift කරලා ළමයිට. හැබැයි loans ටික තියෙනවා. He died. He is only with loans. Right? But the properties are with the children. So the bank is now asking, can we go after the children? Because his assets are with the children. Legally, can you do it? You can't. So most of the time, the creditors get stuck. Harida. And we learned a company has no directors of a company, shareholders of a company have no personal liability. Creditors la ivarama thamai. So that is why the law says, as a director, when you are running a company, when you realize this company is making losses, ultimately the creditors are going to suffer. Right? What should you do? Immediately you must stop now. The moment you see red, රතු ලයිට් එක පත්තු වෙච්ච ගමම්ම නවත්තන්න ඕනේ. තව යන්න රතු ලයිට් එක නෙවෙයි yellow ලයිට් එක. අර කාර් එකේ පෙට්‍රල් තියනවද නැද්ද කියලා මීටරේ තියෙනවනේ. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් නේ කාර් එකේ පෙට්‍රල් අඩු වෙච්ච ගමම්ම yellow ලයිට් එකක් පත්තු වෙනවා. Right? පත්තු වෙච්ච ගමම්ම ඒක නිකන් පත්තු වෙනවා නිවෙනවා ටිකක්. පත්තු වෙච්ච ගමම what should you do? Go to a fuel station and refuel it. නෑ යන්න පුළුවන් කියලා ගියා නම් at one point it will start blinking and making noises ting 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 කියලා. ඒත් ගණන් ගන්න නැතුව යනවා. It will stop in the middle of the road. It will stop in the middle of the road. Understood? So when you are given a warning light, you must know this is a warning light, I must stop it. Because later nobody will dang. අපි ගමු වාහනයක් පාර මැද නැවතුනොත් ඔයාට විතරද කරදර? නෑ පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්න මිනිසුන්ටත් කරදරයි. A huge traffic will build up. No, big problem. ලොරියක් වගේ එහෙම නැවතුනොත් තල්ලු කරලත් නේ කරන්න බෑනේ පැත්තකට ගන්න බෑනේ. So that is what it says here. Under section 219, you have a duty to close down the company early as possible when you know this company is bankrupt and there is no prospect of recovery. Harida, etakota then you will have little people will be affected, not lot. If you keep on waiting, there will be lot of people will be affected. For example, අපි ගමු මට දැන් මෙතන හෂිම් එකක් යනවා. Right? I sneeze. එකපාරක් දෙපාරක් නහයත් බුරුල් වෙලා I know I have got the හෙම්බිරිස්සාව. එහෙනම් what should I do? Will you get infected if I get infected? Yes or no? Yes. I should stop the class and go home. Right? Otherwise you will get infected. එහෙම නැතුව නෑ නෑ කරගෙන යමු කියලා කරගෙන ගියා නම් not only I will get infected, you also will get infected. No, so many students will be get infected. Understood? So that is what happens. දැන් ඔය කුකුල් ෆාම් වල එහෙම නේ එක කුකුලෙක්ට මොන හරි ලෙඩක් හැදුනොත් what do they do? ඒ කේජ් එකේ ඉන්න ඔක්කොම කුකුළු ටික මරලා දානවා. Why? If they don't do it, the whole farm they have to kill because the virus will spread. So like that only here, at early as possible you must kill it and curtail it. Like best example is what happened to me in Lanka. Me in Lanka කියලා කම්පැනියක් තිබ්බනේ. First year loss 10 million කියලා කියමුකෝ. Second year loss 25 million. Third year loss 47 million. Fifth year loss 85 million. ඒ වගේ වැඩි වෙවි ගියා. කොහොමරි first year loss වෙලා තියෙනකොටම the opposition shouted saying ඕක වහලා දාන්න, because at that time Sri Lankan Airlines was also making loss. So you don't need another airlines. You don't need another airline. So the opposition scolded saying ඕක වහලා දාන්න, අපිට airlines දෙකක් එපා, එක airline එකක්ම, right? When it is loss making, why we shouldn't have another one කියලා they shouted. Anyway, the government told no, we are continuing කියලා. කොහොමරි අවුරුදු 10ක් විතර ගෙනිච්චා. අවුරුදු 10ක් අන්තිමේදී what is how much is the loss? Almost 1 billion loss. More than 1 billion කොහොමරි. 1000 million loss. 1000 million loss එක කවුද ගෙවන්නේ? Right? Since they are international creditors, can we say we can't pay? No, those are government. This thing, no, the government has to pay. Government has to pay means who has to pay? We have to pay. We have to pay. Right? So that is why when you know, first year ma දන්නවා නම් මේක හරියන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කම්පැනියක් පටන් ගන්නකොට එකපාර profit නැහැ. ඒ වුණාට if you know මේ කම්පැනියෙන් නම් ගොඩ එන්න බෑ කියලා. You get a feeling, no? Then what happens? After careful consideration, you must decide. But directors don't want to close down a company. Why they don't want to close down a company? Because if they close down a company, where's a job for them? ඒගොල්ලන්ට job එකක් නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ job එක නැති වෙනවනේ. Employees ලගේ job එක නැති වෙනවනේ. That is why those who are inside the company will not allow it to close down. Even if it is good for the company. They will continue until somebody else comes and closes down. හරියට ඕගලන්ට ෆෝන් එක පාවිච්චි කරන එක හොඳයිද? හොඳයිද ළමයි ෆෝන් එක පාවිච්චි කරන එක? ඇතිස්සේ මේ නිදි මරාගෙන ෆෝන් එක පාවිච්චි කරන එක හොඳයිද? No, you know it's not good. But do you use it? Yes, you use it. No. But if you are a prudent person, what you should do, you must realize, මේක හරි නෑ. ෆෝන් එක රාතිස්සේ මම ෆෝන් එක බලනවා උදේට ඔක්කොම පන්තියේ ඇවිල්ලා නිදා ගන්නවා. මේක හරි නෑ. ඔෆිස් එකේ නිදා ගන්නවා. ඒ හින්දා මම නවත්තන්න ඕනේ. You must take a decision. But you don't. You continue. නිදි මරනවා. At one point, one day you don't know, you will automatically faint and fall. නිදි මරලා due to lack of sleep, what happens? Fit එකත් එයි. Understood? Then the doctor will tell, take the phone and remove it. Doctor කිව්වට පස්සේ අර බොන කට්ටියත් එහෙමනේ. doctor කිව්වට පස්සේ බොන්න එපා. එතකොට බොන්නේ නැහැ. By that time too late. Liver is spoiled. When you are drinking, you know. When you are smoking, you know මේක හොඳ නැහැ කියලා. Right? So that is what it says here. Right? So what happens is directors will become personally liable for any loss suffered by the creditors of the company under section 219 if you don't take action. Then 8.1, duty of directors on serious loss of capital. Section 220, if at any time it appears to the director that net assets of the company are less than half of its stated capital, the board should, within 20 working days of the fact becoming known to the director, call an extraordinary general meeting of the shareholders of the company. Such notice of the meeting shall be accompanied by a report from the board advising the shareholders of the nature and the extent of the loss suffered. Section 220. If there is a serious loss of capital in the company, directors must inform the shareholders about it. Harida, if there is a serious loss of capital in the company, directors must inform the shareholders about it. Now, who gives money to the directors to run the company? Company යට සල්ලි දාන්නේ කවුද? Shareholders. Shareholders ලා ඒ සල්ලි ටික අරන් තමයි business එක කරන්නේ. While doing the business, if they discover that the money is lost, should you tell it to the shareholders? Yes or no? Yes, you must tell it. Most of the time directors don't. Right? If your boyfriend does something bad to you, do you go and tell your parents? Yes or no? You don't. Why? Amila tatliyata horenne karanne? Nee. And you know, if you go and tell, they will blame you. Api kiwane umbata karanne pa? Ba horen karla kiyala. No, that is a bad attitude. Again, you must know when your children or anybody, if somebody comes and tells you, don't go to blame them. But abang kiyala tiyanawane, batamai. But one ohma kiyala you mustn't tell. They would have done something wrong, then at once don't go to scold. Listen to them. Now, especially children and all, always children will do something that you don't. When you tell them not to do, no. I tell my son, don't climb this, don't climb that. ඌ මොනවද කරන්නේ? කොච්චර කිව්වත් නැගලා ඩෝංගල බිම වැටලා අඬාගෙන එනවා. Right? Paining I fell down කියලා. Then do I tell him? ඔට මං කිව්ව නේද කියලා ඌට ගහනවත් තව. You don't. You tell එන්න පුතා කියලා. No. You shouldn't do that. Now most of the time when it comes to directors and shareholders, directors take the money, do the business. If the business fails, they don't tell the shareholders. Why? They know if they tell the shareholders will think bad about them. Shareholders will not appoint those persons as directors again. වරද්දක් වුණොත් එහෙම කරන්නේ නැහැ කියලා the directors have that assumption. That may be true. When you are a shareholder and if a director is losing money, will you keep on appointing him as director? No. එහෙම බියකුත් තියෙනවා. ඒ හින්දා ඔයා කියන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයා හිතන්නේ කොහොම හරි ගොඩ එන්න පුළුවන්. දැම්ම shareholder ට කියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ආපහු business කරලා ඕක recover කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Now you are suffering temporary losses. You don't tell the shareholders we are suffering losses. You hide it. If you tell it, you know he will think badly about you. Right? He will not trust you. එහෙම කියලා you don't tell him, without telling you continue the business. හැබැයි පස්සේ at one point you know you can't go on making losses. At one point there will be a huge loss. Huge loss. Then what will the director think? Then what will the shareholders think about the directors? මූ සල්ලි ගැහුවා. Right? Now, so many cases that I get. Most of the people come and say, අපි මෙයාත් එක්ක invest කරා. Right? We invested with so and so, he was doing a business. අවුරුදු දෙකක් තුනක් හොඳට අපිට profit දුන්නා. ඊට පස්සේ අපේ සල්ලි ටික අරන් මිනිහා මාරු කියලා. සල්ලි ටික අරන් මිනිහා මාරු කියලා. වංචා කරා බොරුකාරයා කියලා ඒ මිනිහයාට බයිනවා. හරිද? So once I asked one of the uncles whom I know who is doing business in PETA. මං ඇහුවා ඒ අංකල්ගෙන් ඇයි අංකල් මේ PETA වල කට්ටිය ගොඩක් business වංචා කරන්නේ? මිනිසුන්ගේ සල්ලි අරන් නේ ඒ මිනිසුන්ට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ capital එක දෙන්නේ නැත්තේ and all those things. Then he told him කියන්න එපා පුතා. business කියන්නේ risk එකක්. business කියන්නේ risk එකක්. Right? මිනිස්සු ඕනකමින් වංචා කරන්නේ නැහැ. He was telling me. ඒගොල්ලන් ඕනකමින් වංචා කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලන් loss වෙනවා. Right? I am a businessman. I take money from you. Harida, let's say you are investing 1 million with me. And I tell you, 1 million වලට මම ඔයාට 5 lakhs දෙන්නම් කියලා profit. මම ඒ සල්ලි අරන් business එකේ දානවා. business එකේ දැම්මම හොඳට business කරන් යනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ. හැමදාම business හොඳට යන්නේ නැහනේ. එකපාරම business බහිනවා. Then I can't give you the 5 lakhs. But do I come and tell you මේ පාර මට loss ඒ හින්දා මට ඔයාට profit දෙන්න බෑ කියලා? නෑ. මං එහෙම කිව්වනම් ඔයා අර 1 million එකත් මගෙන් ඉල්ලනවා. If I tell you that I'm suffering losses, then you will ask the capital back. මම බලනවා අපෝ මේ මිනිස්සයා capital එක ඉල්ලයි. ඒ හින්දා මම මොනවද කරන්නේ? loss උනත් මම ඔයාට දෙනවා අර profit එක. මගේ අතින්. එහෙම ඉතින් අවුරුදු දෙක තුනක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. දෙක තුනක් දුන්නට පස්සේ ඇත්තටම loss. හැමදාම බොරුව වුණත් හැමදාම ගෙනියන්න බෑනේ. loss. And later what happens? When you call me, will I come and tell that I have been suffering losses for so many years? Will you believe me? You won't believe me. Because I have been paying you profits. You will say, බොරු කියන්න එපා. ඔයා මේ ගිය අවුරුද්දෙත් ගෙවුවා, ඒකට කලින් උත් ගෙවුවා profit. එකපාරම කොහොමද ඔයාට loss උනේ? No. Now that is the problem with these businessmen, these directors. Right? They don't tell you when they are making losses. Ultimately, when a big thing happens, only you get to know. You get to know. Like, අපි ගමු අර මම ෆිල්ම් එකක් බැලුවා. හින්දි ෆිල්ම්. ඒ හින්දි ෆිල්ම් එකේ කෙල්ලයි කොල්ලයි ගහ ගන්නවා. මුලින් හොඳට ලව් එකේ ඉඳලා පස්සේ කෙල්ල ඒ කොල්ලට දාලා යනවා. කොල්ලත් එක්ක ගහ ගන්නවා, අරව කරනවා, මේව කරනවා ඔක්කොම. කොල්ලටත් මාර අප්සෙට්. I can't remember whatever the name. මම දන්නවනේ මම ෆිල්ම් බලන්නේ ඔය ටීවී එකේ යන ඒවා තමයි බලන්නේ. කොහොම හරි පස්සේ කෙල්ල හරිම නරකයි. කොල්ල අඬනවා මාව දාලා යන්න එපා කියලා හින්දියෙන් වලින් අඬන්නේ, right? කොහොම හරි අන්තිමේදී තමයි කතාව ඒ කෙල්ලට කැන්සර් එකක් හැදිලා. ඒ කෙල්ල දැන් මැරෙනවා. right? ඒ කෙල්ලට ඕනේ මේ කොල්ලගේ ටික ටික ඈත් වෙන්න. ඒ හින්දා තමයි ඒ කොල්ලට එහෙම වෙනස්කම් කරන්නේ. She is so cursed to that boy because of that. But that she doesn't directly tell that boy, I am going to die. According to that film, in the film එකක් නේ. She don't want him to suffer when she dies. She wants him to find another girlfriend. එහෙම තමයි තියෙන ස්ටෝරි එක. But she doesn't tell she is suffering from a cancer because she thinks he will feel sad. එහෙම කියලා තමයි මේක. So, but what I am trying to say is, no, that is a wrong thing. What happens is when you don't tell, right? When you don't tell the true situation, people think differently. මූ අපේ කම්පැනියෙන් සල්ලි ගෙව්වා. right? මූ අපිට profits දෙන්නේ නැහැ. accounts පෙන්නන්නේ නැහැ. Understood? That is why the law says you have to, right, disclose, right, any serious loss of capital. Any serious loss of capital. So that people know. That reminds me, මට මතකයි ඒ කාලේ මං මගේ ගර්ල්ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ් එක්ක තරහ වුණා. ගර්ල්ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ් එක්ක මං තරහ වුණා. හොඳටම බර්ත්ඩේ එකට කලින්. මගේ බර්ත්ඩේ එකට කලින්. ඇයි තරහ වුණේ? සතියක් my girlfriend was avoiding me. right? මාව හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ, මට කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. හැංගි වැඩ. right? We were in the same college. හැංගි වැඩ. යන් කියන්නේ නැහැ කොහෙද යන්නේ කියලා. අට හොඳටම මල පැනලා මං හොඳටම බැනලා පස්සේ බලනකොට හැංගි මුත්තම් කරලා තියෙන්නේ මොනවටද? මගේ බර්ත්ඩේ එකට සර්ප්‍රයිස් පාටි එකක් දෙන්න. මගේ බර්ත්ඩේ එකට සර්ප්‍රයිස් පාටි එකක් දෙන්න තමයි හැංගි මුත්තම් වැඩ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. But by that time I am angry. No. By that time I am angry. Because actually what happens, you start thinking different things. She is avoiding me. She is having an affair with another boy. No. You think. But if she has come and told, I am organizing a party for you, that is why I need time away from you, no. Then the whole thing is spoiled also, right? Now the same thing happens here. Directors will start doing hangi muttang vada. And at one point, the whole thing gets blown out of proportion, right? And by that time, it's too late. But if they had told early, ඕක පොඩ්ඩක් අප්සෙට් යනකොටම shareholdersලට දැනුවත් කරා නම් මෙන්න we are suffering some losses, then what will the shareholders do? They might be able to help, right? Certain shareholders might be able to help. They will say, okay, then let's, sometimes at the cost of your job, you will be removed as a director. Somebody else will come in, but still the company can be saved. Now directors, right, don't want that to happen, because directors know the moment you go and tell the shareholders your problem, they will remove you. They will remove you. Understood? So that is also there. හරියට ඔයා ගිහිල්ලා ඔයාගේ බොස්ට කිව්වොත් මට බෑ ඒ ක්ලයන්ට් ඒ කස්ටමර්ත් එක්ක කස්ටමර් හැන්ඩල් කරන්න කියලා. ක්ලයන්ට් හැන්ඩල් කරන්න කියලා if you go and tell the boss, what will your boss do? Will remove you. No, if you are working for an audit firm or something, you will be removed from that assignment. You will be removed and you will be told to go and work somewhere else. Sometimes you will be sacked also, because the boss will be always be with the customer, not with you. That is there. That fear is there on the directors also. But whatever it is, it's your fault as a director if you don't inform the company, right, about the serious loss of capital, right? That's what it says here. Duty of directors on a serious loss of capital. Section 220, if at any time it appears to a director that the net assets of the company are less than half of its stated capital, the board should, within 20 working days, right, within 20 working days of that fact becoming known to the director, call an extraordinary general meeting. Extraordinary means, right, generally you call these extraordinary general meetings as a matter of emergency, right, of shareholders of the company. Such notice of the meeting shall be accompanied by a report from the board advising the shareholders of the nature and the extent of the loss suffered. Right, when you suffer a big loss, you must quickly inform. Nෑ කියලා. Now that reminds me the story of the necklace by Guy de Maupassant. Have you all read it? The short story, The Necklace. A story එකේ මොනවාද උනේ? There was a couple, a poor couple. Husband and wife. Husband is a government employee. They are poor. සල්ලි නැහැ. Because they are poor, they can't enjoy life. No party, no dancing, nothing. Hari boring life. කොහොම හරි දෙන්නම husband and wife දුක් වුණා. අනේ බලන්නකෝ අපිට කිසිම fun එකක් නැහැ නේද කියලා. But one day, husband got a invitation for a party. He bought and he showed the wife. His wife told, බලලා වැඩක් නැහැ ඉතින් අපිට යන්න බෑනේ. නේ අපි ගාව සල්ලි නැහනේ and all. But the husband so upset. He told නෑ අපි මේ පාටියට කොහොම හරි යන්. Right, we'll somehow go. කියලා husband wife ට උනන්දු කරා. wife කිව්වා කොහොමද යන්නේ අපිට මං ගාව ලස්සන ගවුමක් නැහනේ. රත්තරන් බඩු නැහනේ. එහෙම කියලා දන්නවනේ wife ලා. නිකන් පාටි වලට යන්නේ නැහනේ. කොහොම හරි husband told, don't worry, I will somehow borrow some money and get you a nice dress. Then the wife told, what about jewelry? Then the husband told, hey, you have a rich friend. Borrow some jewelry from your rich friend. Then the wife told, that's a good idea. Then to go to that party. So on the party date, they got the dress, they got the jewelry. right? So the wife went to the friend's house and told that she wanted jewelry. Friend is a very generous girl. She told, come, 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 open. She opened all her cupboards and told, choose any jewelry you want. Own a jewelry ekak ganna kiyala. This wife chose a nice diamond necklace ekak. Diamond necklace එකක්. කොහොම හරි එදා පාටියට ගියා husband and wife. Nicely ate, drank, danced, had a good time. They came home, right? All the way laughing. ගෙදර ඇවිල්ලා තමයි. They got a shock. What is the shock? The necklace is missing. Diamond necklace එක නැති වෙලා. අනුන්ගෙන් ඉල්ලගත්තු ඒවා. Husband and wife were more upset. They started searching. Went back all the way searching to that party house. මේ අර රික්ෂෝ වල හැම තැනම හෙව්වා නෑ. දැන් කොහොමද කියලා යාළුවට කටක් කරලා කියන්නේ නැති වුණා කියලා. Right? Anyway, the husband and wife discussed and they told we will buy a diamond necklace just like that. ඒ නැති වෙච්ච diamond necklace එක වගේම necklace එකක් අපි ගමු කියලා දෙන්නම කතා වෙලා. They don't have money, but they decided to mortgage their house, right? Sell all their valuables, whatever they have, and borrow money and buy a diamond necklace. So they did that, right? ඉඩම උගස් කරලා අරක කරලා මේක කරලා they somehow got money, went to a jewelry store and bought a diamond necklace just like that. And later the wife went and returned the diamond necklace to the friend. Thank you කියලා දීලා ආවා. මොකුත් නැති වෙච්ච කතාවක් කිව්වේ නැහැ. දීලා ආවා. එදා ඉඳන් the life was hell for them. From that day the life was hell. ඇයි? ණය කන්දරාවක් තියෙනවනේ ගෙවන්න එපා. Husband and wife were working full time, part time, overtime, 24/7 they were working. When you work 24/7, what will happen? You become stressed, old. No, and the wife, that wife was a very beautiful girl. The wife was a very beautiful girl. In no time she lost her beauty. Right? Konde sudu vela, muna rally vetila, naaki vela, right? Komari, after 5 years or so, they paid the debts. They paid the loan that they took to buy that diamond necklace. Now the wife was feeling very relaxed. She thought she'll go to the park to celebrate her freedom. මෙයා දැන් පාක් එකට ගියා තනියෙන්. ඒ අතරතුර මම හිතන husband wife ගහගෙන ඇති. තනියෙන් ගියා පාක් එකට ගිහිල්ලා ඇවිද ඉන්නකොට කාවද හම්බුනේ පාක් එකේ? That friend from whom she borrowed the necklace. That friend has come with the children. So this wife went and talked to that friend. Hi, how are you කියලා. Friend can't recognize this wife. Why? එච්චරට වෙනස් වෙලා. එච්චරට නාකි වෙලා. කොණ්ඩේ සුදු වෙලා. The friend asked, who are you? Then she told, it's me. Then the friend asked, what happened to you? You have become old. Your hair has become white. What කියලා? නේ අපි දැන් අහුවම නේ පාරේ එහෙම දැක්කම අපි අහන්නේ කැන්සර් එකක්ද ඔයාට? දියවැඩියාවද? නේ එහෙම අහන්න එපා ළමයි හරි නෑ. නේ එහෙම මිනිස්සුන්ව දැක්කම එකපාරම නේ. Right? The friend asked, what happened to you? කියලා. Then this wife told, it's a long story. ඒක ලොකු කතාවක් කියලා. කොහොමරි that friend was insisting. Please tell me what happened. මොනවද උනේ කියලා කියන්න කියලා. එතකොට අර wife කිව්වා මේ ඔක්කොම උනේ ඔයා හින්දා කියලා. It all happened because of you. Then the friend asked, because of me? What did I do wrong කියලා? Right? Then the wife told everything from the beginning. Can you remember I borrowed a diamond necklace from you? Right? Like this, like this, like this, like this, like this කියලා. right? මුළු කතාවම කිව්වා කොහොමද ඒක නැති වුනේ? කොහොමද ඒගොල්ලන් ආපහු ගිහලා ඒ වගේම එකක් සල්ලි දීලා ගත්තේ? ණය ගෙව්වේ ඔක්කොම. Then that girl told, in vain you did that කියලා. The jewelry that you borrowed from me is what? Imitation necklace එකක්. Not a diamond necklace, it is a imitation necklace. It is not worth so much, it is not worth millions of pounds. It is just worth few pounds. Kiela. Ne. So can you see? Right? Aragena tiyenne imitation ekak, original jewelry ekak nebe. E unata that wife has thought it's original jewelry and bought the original one and given. Yaluwata danneth. So what is the lesson you can learn from that? No. If something happens, you should tell. Mema yaluwata nathi una, lajja wenna nathuwa mehema lathi una. Habai man e wage ekak karan denna. Ne. Ekota kiyayne nෑ nෑ ඕන්න නෑ. ඒක මම විසි කරන්න තමයි හිටියේ නැත්නම් ඒක ඉමිටේෂන් එකක් කියලා කිව්වා නම් හරි. So that is the thing expected here. Right? Then let's see powers of directors. Right? Let's quickly see. Subject to the provisions contained in the articles and the control that is vested with the shareholders, the business affairs of the company will be conducted by the board of directors. Board of directors. Next one, section 184 of the Companies Act grants to the board all the powers necessary for managing, directing and supervising the management of the business and affairs of the company. Affairs of the company. So what are the powers of the directors? The powers of the directors are, right, the article says the business affairs of the company will be conducted by the directors. Right? Generally the owners of the company is shareholders. But shareholders have given those controlling powers to the directors. Hariyata company is like Sri Lanka. Company is like Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka wa aiti katada? Aanduwatada apitada? Apita. Sri Lanka belongs to us. Who can take decisions on behalf of Sri Lanka? Who? Us. Because we own it, we only can take decisions. But what have we done? By the constitution, we have given our decision-making power to the government. We go and elect members to the parliament, to the president, and appoint a person. Later, that person only does it. He is exercising our power, right? He is exercising our power. Right? The day we say we don't want you, he must step down. Right? If the day we say we don't want you, then api gamu Maitri, we don't want him, no. Right? Can he say na na mama yanna mama innowa kiyala? He can't say like that. He must step down. Right? Then let's see. Section 184 of the Companies Act grants to the board all the powers necessary for managing, directing and supervising the management of the business and affairs of the company. right? So all the powers that are necessary, the directors are the persons who have all the powers to run the company. So anything that is happening in the company, they should ask permission from who? From the directors. So directors are the ultimate authority, like the government. If you want to run, if you want the country, who runs the country? The government. Government has the power, ultimate power, right? Okay, we'll stop from there and go for a break and come back for major transfer.